بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. من يهدي الله فهو المهتد ومن يضلل فلن تجد له وليا مرشدا. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب. الحمد لله الذي هدانا لهذا وما كنا لنهتدي لولا أن هدانا الله. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Dear children, welcome to a new episode in the Juz 99 Understanding and Pondering. Today, inshallah, we're going to start Surat AlHaaqah. Surat AlHaaqah is from the Meccan surahs, which means that revealed before the Hijrah. There are a group of surahs in the Quran revealed before the Hijrah and another group of surahs revealed after the Hijrah. And what is the difference between them? Usually the main idea and subjects and the titles of the surahs that been revealed before Hijrah is related to the unseen, al-ghaib, about the hellfire, about the paradise, about the day of judgment, and about the belief in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, oneness tawheed, oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. All these subjects is being mentioned in the ayat revealed before the Hijrah. While the ayat revealed after the Hijrah, like Surah Al-Nisa or Surah Ali Imran or Al-Baqarah, those contains the rulings in Islam, rulings of how to make Hajj, how to the social things, the marriage, divorce, all these things mentioned after the Hijrah, where it was the beginning of the Muslim community in Al-Madinah. So Surat Al-Haqqah is the surah before the Hijrah, and the main idea of Surat Al-Haqqah is talking about the Day of Judgment, what the things will happen to the people during the Day of Judgment. And before starting the Day of Judgment, during mentioning the idea of what will happen during the Day of Judgment, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala always tell us why the people entered the hellfire, they deserve to enter the hellfire, and why the people enter the Jannah deserve to enter the Jannah. The first ayah in Surat Al-Haqqah, which is having the same title of the surah, which is Al-Haqqah. Anyone to tell me what is the meaning of Al-Haqqah? What does Al-Haqqah means? Yes, Ya Ruqayya.
The inevitable reality.
The inevitable reality. What does it mean, inevitable reality?
Is it like the truth, the true justice?
Yes, yes, excellent. So the inevitable reality is meaning the absolute truth, the absolute truth. When you, or the something that you will have no suspicious in it. So this is the one of the name, which is we can say it about the name of it, which is the inevitable reality here. So here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking about the day of judgment as the day of inevitable reality, which giving us the meaning that this is, as we mentioned, the absolute truth. If you're going to have any news, so the most trusted news is about the day of judgment or Al-Haqqah. And we took before in Juz 30 another names. This is of course Al-Haqqah, one of the names of Day of Judgment. We took another names for the Day of Judgment in Juz 30. Anyone remember other names for the Day of Judgment that we took before? Yes, Ya Ilyas?
Is Al-Qari'ah one of them?
Excellent. We have Surat Al-Qari'ah. We took this in Juz Amma. What else? Who knows another name? Surat Al-Nazi'at, Surat Abasa. There is another name mentioned in these surahs, another names. Anyone remember? We have As-Sakha, right? As-Sakha. This is another name of the Day of Judgment, which means the deafening sound, the very strong sound that make people deaf from its strength and power. So As-Sakha. Also another name, At-Tammatul Kubra, Surah Al-Nazi'at, At-Tammatul Kubra, yani the overwhelming calamity that being overwhelming everyone. So we can see here that every name mentioned about the Day of Judgment in the Quran is giving us a description and the meaning of this day, what will happen in this day. So here the surah with us is talking about certain aspect that it is the absolute truth. What will happen during this day definitely will happen, and no suspicious, no doubt about that. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the second ayah is telling us malhaqa. So this is, we mentioned before, of the very attractive linguistic technique mentioned in the Quran, that he gives you first the title al-haqqa, and then followed by something will come to your mind. Something to come to your mind. What is al-haqqa? So when you first read the first ayah of haqqa, what is al-haqqa? So as if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala or the Quran is reading what is in your mind. So that came in the second ayah. What is al-haqqa? So this is the same thing came in your mind. What is al-haqqa? What is the inevitable reality? Then in the ayah number 3 after that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا الْحَاقَّةُ, which means what will make you know what al-haqqa is. وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا الْحَاقَّةُ, what will make you know, وَمَا, and what will make you know what is al-haqqa, as if it is a question. What or who will make you know what is al-haqqa? So what is the answer of this question? Can anyone tell me? What will make you know what is al-haqqa? Anyone answer this question? Ayah 3. What will make you know what is al-haqqa? I need an answer here. This is a question. I need an answer. What is the answer? What will make us know what is al-haqqa? Now Allah is telling about something called al-haqqa. So what came in your mind? What is al-haqqa? You are asking yourself, what is al-haqqa? So Allah mentioned that, and then he told you what will make you know about al-haqqa, or what is al-haqqa. So what is the answer of this question? Yes, Ya Ruqayya.
We'll know through what Allah is saying to us when we continue reading the ayah. It will gather
Excellent,
our attention.
excellent. So what will make us know? By reading words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When we read the words of Allah, we will know the al-haqqa. So we will know, يبقى هنا the answer will be, we will know that by reading. We will know by reading the words of Allah, which is what will make you know about al-haqqa. Okay? Then we are expecting in ayah 4 that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will describe for us the day of judgment, al-haqqa, right? Is it right that we are expecting now that Allah will describe for us? But you look, when the description came, I will tell you when. At what ayah? Ayah 13. Look, all of you, in your mushaf to ayah 13 or in your application. In ayah 13, Allah is start to tell us about al-haqqa. فإذا نفخ في الصور نفخة واحدة. When the horn is blown with one blast. So this is the beginning of description of Al-Haqq in Ayah 13. طب what happened before that? Allah is telling us the people of disbelievers, groups of disbelievers that disbelieved their prophets in the life. So before going to description of Al-Haqqah, as first Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala draws your attention to this important event that will happen. He told you that some people will be gathered at that day, but they used to do so and so and so in their life. This comes in Ayah 4. From Ayah 4 to Ayah 12, Allah will going to describe to us what are different groups of disbelievers and what they used to do and what Allah they punished them. All of them were disbelievers, and we took them before, as we mentioned, Juz and Juz Amma. And here, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is يعني pointing our attention to that punishment, the punishment they had in this life. And then after finishing with them, Allah will start to tell us what is Al-Haqq, or what is the day of judgment. Okay, very important when you are reading Quran to try to attach the ayat to each other, not just reading. Now, the first three ayats is telling us Al-Haqq. ما الحق وما أدراك ما الحق. What will make you know about Al-Haqq? So the answer is I will know about Al-Haqq by reading the words of Allah. Excellent. So I'm expecting now that ayah 4 will telling me what is Al-Haqq, but this is not happening. What happened? I have from ayah 4 to ayah 12 describing different groups of disbelievers in their life and how the punishment of Allah to them in the life. Then after the punishment happened to them in the life, the ayat will take me to the hereafter and the day of judgment. Okay, understood? Now we'll start with the first group of disbeliever. كذبت ثمود وعاد بالقارعة. Now, كذبت, what is كذبت means? Yeah, كذبت. Who knows? رقية?
Denied?
Excellent. So we have two groups of people, of disbelievers. They denied. Okay? Listen to that. يبقى كذبت ثمود وعاد. ثمود and عاد denied. طيب, when we say denied, first of all, who is ثمود? Who can tell me who is ثمود? Who is ثمود? Who can tell me? Yes, yeah, Ilyas. You know who is ثمود?
Oh, like Thamud, like a tribe.
Excellent. Tribe of disbelievers. You know the Prophet came to ثمود?
Was it? I'm not sure.
Okay, who knows the Prophet came to ثمود? Angie, you know? We mentioned it in Juz Amma, in Surat Al-Fajr specifically, but you are not retaining. The Prophet called Salih. Prophet Salih came to Thamud. And we mentioned where Thamud now, the place of Thamud, where now? In Saudi Arabia. In Saudi Arabia, to the north of Al-Madinah Al-Munawwara by around 400 kilometers. So this is the place of Thamud now. طيب, what about Ad? Who the Prophet came to Ad? Hud. Prophet Hud. Please write this down. Write these things because we already mentioned it. Thamud, the Prophet came to Thamud is Salih, and the Prophet came to Ad is Hud. And the place of Ad now in Yemen. In Yemen. Both of them denied their prophets and denied with also Bil-Qari'ah. So they denied the Al-Qari'ah. What is Al-Qari'ah? Huh? Who can tell me Al-Qari'ah is? Yes, ya Ruqayya?
The day of judgment?
Yes, this is one of the names of Day of Judgment. But what is literally Al-Qari'ah is the striking calamity. What does it mean? The striking calamity means that another description of the Day of Judgment that will come, like, you know, when you have a drum and you are beating on this drum, how much the sound will come. You can multiply these sounds with millions and millions, and this will give you the sounds where the beginning of the Day of Judgment will happen. Okay? So here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling that Thamud and Ad denied their prophets and denied by the Day of Judgment. So what happened to them in their life? Ayah 5 is telling, فَأَمَّا ثَمُودَ. فَأَمَّا means so, as for. فَأَمَّا means so as for. As for what? As for Thamud. What happened to them? فَأُهْلِكُوا بِالطَّاغِيَةِ. What is أهلكوا? أهلكوا means destroyed. What is a طاغية? Anyone knows a طاغية? Ayah 5. أهلكوا بالطاغية. Ah, yes, ya Heidi. We didn't hear your voice. Tell us, what is a طاغية?
Is it the overpowering, like blast?
Something like shout, which will happen to during the day of يعني not of course like the day of judgment, but actually it was like a strong blast or shout that came to them, and this is during their life. This is a punishment happened during their life, so destroyed by overpowering shout. A great and a powerful shout sent by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made them all die immediately. This is for Thamud. وَأَمَّا عَادٍ. So Allah is talking about وَأَمَّا عَادٍ, and as for Ad, what happened to them? Destroyed. فَأُهْلِكُوا. So فَأُهْلِكُوا means they were destroyed by ريح. What is ريح? Who knows ريح? Yes, Ruqayya.
Sharp winds.
It's ريح only is wind. Okay? ريح is wind. صرصر عاتية. Here, what is صرصر? Wind is ريح is wind. But صرصر is, what is صرصر? Angie?
Screaming?
Here, this is one of the meaning, that it is screaming, and also it have the meaning of very cold. Very cold. So here we'll come to the type of punishment for Ad. And for Ad, what happened? فَأُهْلِكُوا. They were destroyed. Destroyed by what? By here the very cold and the عاتية means violent or very strong. Very cold, violent wind. This is the way that had been destroyed. So for Thamud, they were destroyed by the overpowering shout, a very strong sound that came to them. And for Ad, they were destroyed by very cold and violent wind. And this wind, Allah is mentioning in Ayah 7, سَخَّرَهَا عَلَيْهِمْ. سَخَّرَهَا, what is سَخَّرَهَا means? سخرها means he made it over them. سخرها عليهم, he made it over. عليهم means over. وهم means them. So سخرها عليهم 7 ليالي. What is 7 ليالي? Yes, رقية.
7 nights.
Excellent. 7 nights. وثمانية أيام. And how many days? Yes, يا إلياس.
8.
Excellent. And 8 days. حسومة. What is حسومة? حسوم. Yes, Angie or Heidi.
Does it mean like after each other or in succession?
Yes, successively. Successively. Here, the word successive means they are following each other. There were no interruption. The 8 days were after each other. There was no interruption. They came in successions or successive. So here Allah is saying 7 nights and 8 days. Now, my question to you, just a math question, the one who is good in math. Who came first, the day or the night to them? Yani the start of this wind came during night, beginning during night, or beginning during day? Yes, yeah, yes.
The night.
Beginning during night. So we have what the beginning is during the night. So it was 7 nights and 8 days. Excellent, yes. So the beginning was during night, and the nights start first before the days. So it was 7 nights and 8 days. What happened to them after that? They were like فترى القوم فيها. So you could see the people. فترى القوم means here. So you could see the people. القوم means the people. You could see the people. فترى القوم فيها. You could see the people. صرعى. What is صرعى? What is صرعى here? Who knows? People, they're in صرعى. When صرعى means that when you fall down, someone is falling down is called صريع. Or someone make one fall down, say in Arabic it's called صرعه. صرعه. So they're in fallen. So fallen down, all of them, which gives the expression that they are died. يعني all of them died. كأنهم, as if they are أعجاز نخل خاوية. Here كأنهم means as if they are. What is the meaning of أعجاز نخل خاوية? Yes, يا رقية.
Thick trunks of palm trees.
They were like أعجاز is the trunk, okay, of the نخل. نخل is the palm tree. So أعجاز is the stems or the trunks of the palm tree. خاوية means they are hollow. They are nothing outside them, inside them. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, by this strong wind that came to them and stayed for 7 nights and 8 days, what happened? They made them like the hollow trunks of palm tree. As they are hollow trunks of palm trees. You see the palm trees, how much it is يعني high, in it's very tall and it's very strong, and a lot of things coming of it. So here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is mentioning that this type of wind that came to them make them as if they are empty from inside. They are empty. This wind caused one of them, palm tree, to hit the ground and it will fall down dead on his head. This is another meaning, that he will fall down head on his head. Then his head would shatter and it would remain a lifeless corpse, as if were it without branches and motionless. This is very strong, how these strong winds make them fall on their head, and their head will be away from their body. Their head will be away, the head would shatter. And what happened? As is in the inside their body as nothing inside their body, like the palm tree trunks that is empty from inside. Understood? This is what happened to Ad. You can see the strong punishment that happened to them during this life. But remember that there is another more severe punishment waiting for them during the day of judgment. And remember, in other surah, Allah is mentioning about Ad, that they were very arrogant and they were very strong built. You know, they have very strong body built, very tall, and they used to build a lot of palaces and temples, and they are very famous of their buildings, and how they were very proud of their achievements, and they always say, who is stronger than us? No one stronger than us. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they forgot that Allah who created them is stronger than them, and that's why the severe punishment happened to them by this type of punishment, by this wind. And also another severe punishment is waiting for them in the day of judgment. So Allah is telling lastly in ayah 8, فَهَلْ تَرَى لَهُمْ مِنْ بَاقِيَةٍ, means here, then, فَهَلْ, do you see any remain for them? Baqiya means remains. So here Allah is saying to his prophet, then, do you see any remains? Any remains of any remains of them? And the ayah is very accurate. Why the ayah is very accurate? Because actually he said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, من فهل ترى لهم, يعني from them. You are not saying any remains of them, but actually their building, some of their building is still present. Now, Ad, we mentioned Ad, their place now in Yemen, north of Yemen. Still present, the place that they used to live in. And Allah Ta'ala kept this place for people to get the lesson and the admonition from it. So when the ayah is telling you, then do you see any remains of them? No remains of them, of course, they are all died, but the building is still present to show us how they were very strong in buildings and in doing such temples and palace, different types of palaces they built, and how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala took them all because of their arrogance and their disbelief. And we stop here inshallah, and we'll continue next time. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. Any questions in today's lesson? Is it clear for everyone? Alhamdulillah.
Yes.
Okay, جزاكم الله خيرا وأحسن الله إليكم. And in Sharah, unfortunately, you came slightly late, so you missed the recitation. Inshallah, next time try to memorize and Sharah the ayat from 1 to 8 Surat AlHaaqah. This will be our homework. And the pondering also and understanding. جزاكم الله خيرا, and meet you next week. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alaikum salam. Thank you.
Salam.
Most welcome, Habibti, most welcome.